Coach Shatney for these questions 100 times last couple days. Before we talk about the tournament, how do you guys forget about the, last week and the one and done and kind of get ready for this West Regionals?
I think throughout the season we've been pretty good about when we have lost, kind of having a quick memory and using the loss more as a driver into the next game, where instead of thinking back and just overthinking the loss. So I think we're really going to be able to kind of use it as a fire to go into the regionals.
You guys have shown during the regular season, even though you did have a couple losses, that you guys were able to rebound and get back on track. During the regular season, I know this is the playoffs, but you guys had some long winning streaks along the way. You didn't, I don't think there was a game this season that you got back, behind 20 points. But how do you guys do it where it doesn't happen again, especially now at regionals?
I think that game, when you watch the film, no shots were going in. They were all around the basket. But I think to not get down by that, we just need to, when shots are falling, we need to focus on our defense and make sure that if we're not scoring, try our best to not let the other team score with our defense. And that is going to be really big this weekend, especially playing teams that, we haven't seen in a while and potentially haven't ever played. It's going to be really important that our defense is, hard and tough and is, working.
Second game of the regular season, you guys faced Seattle Pacific. Went to overtime. You guys lost that game a long time ago. Facing them again. You guys are a lot different team. They're a different team.
Yeah.
But thoughts on facing them for now the second time?
Yeah, like you just said, everyone is. I would say we're completely different teams than we were our second game of the season, us and them, and so we're gonna have to watch film on them more recently, maybe a little bit from back then, just for sets. But I think since we know a little bit of their personnel, it's not going to be as hard to pick up on, who their best players are and stuff like that. But I definitely think that playing them once already, even though it was so long ago, is going to help us going into that game.
Obviously, you guys want to win that Division II championship. Talk about the senior leadership. What are the seniors going to be doing, for the younger gals on the team that just have leadership and when these games are so important now?
I think that, for most of us, this is the first time this has happened. I think all of us, right? Danny never went to regionals. Okay, yeah. So for all of us seniors, this is like a totally new experience, and I think we're going to be enjoying it. But at the same time, these are our last. Every game is our potentially last game, and so all of us are going to be fighting as hard as we can to stay in it. And I think it'll be a really good experience for everyone else as well to next year want to be back in this exact same spot, and how we act and how we play as seniors when we're here is going to make them, when they're seniors, want the exact same thing. So I think it'll just kind of help next year and years to come, as well as I think we're going to have a really good run this year at regionals.
A lot of in basketball, you look at the men's basketball Kentucky, have that long winning streak.
Yeah.
And you want to get that loss maybe out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
For you guys to have that loss, I don't want to say it's like a wake-up call or anything like that. This is something that you guys wait a second here, let's get back to it.
Yeah, I think we went into the conference tournament a little bit complacent. We weren't really playing with urgency, and so I think that game we were in a good spot to where it wasn't going to hurt us as bad. So for the loss to come then, I think was better and is going to kind of kick us into gear going into this weekend.
Talk about the difference, especially last week. You guys are at the Stockton Arena, sits a lot of people, and there's just a difference, obviously, than what you guys are used to when you're going to different campuses, especially here when it's loud, it's packed. But you're going to a place now at Alaska Anchorage where it's a spacious arena, and hopefully the fans will turn out. But talk about what kind of a difference it is.
I would say the difference is, when you're here in Lumberjack Arena, it's packed, and every time you score, the crowd, is crazy and loud. And so when we were at Stockton and going up into Alaska, we don't really have that. We do, but we have to more rely on ourselves, on our bench, on each other to get each other pumped up during the game and keep each other on the runs, and to keep the energy up more than we can the fans when we're here or anywhere relatively close.
Final question, going to Alaska, I'm sure for a lot of the gals, it's the first time going to Alaska. I'm sure it's going to be cold out there, different experience.
Yeah.
But how do you guys keep this a business trip? I'm sure if you guys win, that there'll be a time for that, but how do you guys keep it that it's all business and focus this week?
I think we're just gonna have to, well, it's gonna be cold, so none of us are gonna want to be outside exploring. So I think, just focusing on the game, not getting caught up in anything going on up there. I mean, I've heard Anchorage is kind of like a big city, so I've never been there, but so just kind of staying focused and not running around and looking at everything, but just taking it one game at a time.
All right, anything else you'd like to add?